Hey, welcome to July. Glad to be bringing you guys another update. So, like we just wrapped up the first half of the year and kicking off the second half of the year. It's been a period of reflection, but also reconnecting. I think we've been very busy with quite a few events over the last couple of weeks. We were at Lagos Games Week, where we gave away ₦1 million to the winners of the game pitch competition. And that was quite great.
Oh,
To kind of
yeah.
like support our local ecosystem.
That's what I'm talking about.
But also, present the keynote address at Lagos Games Week. I also want to say a big thank you to the strategic partners and sponsors for this event, the French Embassy in Nigeria. We hosted a studio tour event with some of the delegates from the French consulate. Also had the great privilege of exhibiting during Lagos Games Week, where we connected with people who were playing our games, and also had a few fun competitions. I think that was really exciting, and that is something that we're going to be doing more, especially in the second half of the year. So follow us on social to make sure you get up to date with what events we're going to be at, so that hopefully we can meet you there. Aside from Lagos Games Week, I was speaking at Games for Change Festival in New York last week. That was really a great opportunity to kind of share the stage and talk about what's happening within the African games industry, and also connect with people from the industry. Talking about some of the stuff that we're doing with Game of Africa, like Safari City, the games that we're working on, the teams that we're building, and how the ecosystem is evolving on the continent. After that, I went over to Montreal to hang out with a very good friend of mine, Jason De La Rocca, and I had the great privilege of visiting the Indie Asylum. It's a collective of local studios based in Montreal, mostly working on PC console as well as VR games. But that really, for me, was a great it was great to see what the community infrastructure support looks like here, and some of the lessons that we can learn for what we're doing also back home. So that for me was super and really, really exciting. So, back to the games. If you guys remember, we had an Apple feature last month, or back in May. And we learned a lot from that. We actually got a lot of huge insights about player behavior across the 3 games that we were working on. And that, made us really think about, how we're going to accomplish our ultimate goal by the end of 2025, which is to reach 1 million users. And we've decided to stop support for Crazy Ludo and What King for now. So those games are still going to be available, but we're not going to be doing regular updates like we were doing previously. We're actually going to be moving all of our resources and all of our efforts into Safari City. So from July moving forward, I would only be speaking about what is happening in Safari City and the updates that we're making to that game. The team is, again, working extremely hard. There's so much for us to do. We're bringing in limited time events. We're adding new levels to the match 3 game. We're building out new episodes. We're also starting to introduce cutscenes into the game. We're building out mini games as well. So there's quite a lot that is going into Safari City. I'm quite excited to see how that builds up between now and later in the year. I think that is mostly the updates that we have. We just started the elite program, so congratulations to everybody who got accepted in that. In about 2 weeks time, we're going to kick off the junior internship. We just concluded all of the interviewing for that, so again, congratulations to those who got accepted into that. And we'll keep you guys updated with other stuff that we're working on. I'm currently in Montreal, but I should be back in Lagos by the end of the week. But really happy to bring you this update and looking forward to sharing more with you in the coming weeks. Thank you.